and John Lucas meets with his Spurs. It's a 3-point Spurs lead, and Dale Ellis was left alone. We questioned as to why.
Well, just keep at the bottom of your screen. You're going to see Dale Ellis cross the lane. The reason is Kevin Johnson double team. The Spurs got caught in their rotation. Kevin couldn't find a free man. The free man is right there. He changed sides of the floor. And now, Dale Ellis in the first 4 games was 0 for 9 in threes. Now we're talking about the leading three-point maker of threes in the history of this league. But this evening, 2 for 3, and he's definitely in a flow.
18 points, shooting 80%. The Suns shot 74% in the first half. That's right, 74%. Only 1 of 7 this quarter with 3 turnovers. 10 to shoot for the Spurs. Ellis has 20.
Does this look like the guy who played at Seattle, averaged over 25 points a year for 4 consecutive years? This guy is rolling tonight.
We just learned that Willie Anderson has gone into the locker room for the Spurs to have his eye checked. He was hit in the face by an elbow in the first half. This time, Kevin Johnson was all alone.
That time, Kevin Johnson thought he got fouled, swung back, and caught David Robinson's arm. But, you know, David Robinson never responded that time. See, KJ is really miffed that he did not get the foul.
That was like a gnat stinging an elephant, though. He may not have known he hit it. Sean Elliott dishes to Avery Johnson, but first commits the offensive foul.
Good call. Good call. Elliott has absolutely no place to go that time. He elevated up in the air. Sure, there was a great pass to the corner, but it was definite charge. Now here comes Ellis. He just threw his man. What you always teach your guys defensively, keep that forearm up so that they can't throw you when you're guarding. Now here it is right here. See, he thinks he gets fouled right there.
Marley down to Barkley. Pounds it inside. Charles Barkley now with 12. Look out, if he heats up, this thing could turn around. Spurs by 1.
Well, Charles willed that one in. He absolutely did.
Great. Rob to Robinson from J.R. Reed.
Remember we told you, Oliver Miller, when the ball goes back to the top, Oliver Miller's back in there now, he tries to front David Robinson. And when he does, they just look for the lob right to the front of the rim.
Reed has 5 assists in this game. Spurs by 3.
He's known as a great passer. Sure.
Danny Ainge misses the 3. Miller gets the long rebound. New shot clock for the Suns.
Danny's just got to shoot through it and just follow through. That time he pulled back on the release of that shot that he left short.
10 to shoot. Good pass from Charles to Kevin Johnson to Dan Marley. And Dan has 15.
At this end of the floor where the Spurs are going, if they hit J.R. Reed, he's got to make quicker decisions because Barkley is doing a good job in denying the shot.
Miller got a piece of that one.
All evening tonight, Charles has been looking for the passes, but this time, see, he catches Reed. He jammed him with that left elbow right in the ribs. Now, here it is right there. Oliver Miller fronting David Robinson. You cannot do that if the guy at the point of the top of the circle is looking for the lob.
Danny Ainge with the ball. Mr. Mean, Larry Smith, makes his first appearance in this ball game. He's a designated Charles Barkley defender. David Robinson with the rebound.
Here you have 2-on-1.
Sean Elliott gets it to drop. He's fouled by Oliver Miller.
What a clever move that was. It didn't look like much. All right, Oliver Miller picks up another foul, which is critical because it's his 4th. Now just watch this. Now watch how he just turns his back. See, and he forces Miller. Once he got Miller to commit, he turned his back into him so that he'd have to come over the top. Beautiful move by Sean Elliott.
Avery Johnson with 11 assists in this game, and the Spurs lead it by 4. This is nothing like games 1 and 2. Where Phoenix dominated.
Well, they were half-court wars, okay? Plus, you remember now, in that time, Phoenix had 12 shot blocks and 11 steals per game.
Barkley over Charles Smith. Smith was in his face. Saved by Kevin Johnson. Knocked out of bounds by Smith.
Well, Mr. Mean, Larry Smith, really, he's been around a long time. He was the NCAA College Rebounder of the Year when he played at Alcorn State, and also in the NBA, he's the 4th leading offensive rebounder. The man has made his money by playing big inside of the painted area.
Now he's trying to stop Charles Barkley, and Charles Barkley taking on the challenge. And that's a foul on Larry Smith.
Give these 3 refs a lot of credit. They have been consistent. When that ball goes in the post, if you lay those 2 hands in the lower back, boy, they're calling it. They're not even allow it to continue off the dribble.
There's the double team on Barkley this time. They rotate the ball. Good rotation defensively by San Antonio.
Excellent.
Marley with the lean in. He got the ball back, but first the foul.
Well, Robinson was trying to recover that time and help out, and he had to bump right into Marley on that drive to the hole.
That's 2 on David Robinson.
Marley's had a great night tonight, Bob, from the foul line down. He's made so many things happen off the dribble.
Looking for Barkley again now. 2-man game here, but Avery Johnson would see that pass coming.
Avery very, very quick tonight. And this is his game. Out of Southern University, high-scoring college team. You can see he's at his best when they are in the flow.
Let's try to do it again. Now Charles isolated against Larry Smith. Drive, the reverse. Spurs back quickly.
You know yourself. Larry can play him all he wants to. No one's going to stop Charles one-on-one. So anybody saying, hey, Mr. Mean isn't doing it, well, no one can do it. Charles is getting off a good shot.
That's like Gerald Wilkins saying, I played pretty well the night that Michael Jordan got his 43. And he did play well.
That's right.
Avery Johnson with a penetration. What a tough shot. He's only 5'11", and I think that's generous.
You know what he said? That's for those 3 that you put in my face. A foot from the rim in the first half.
Exactly. When Kevin Johnson posted Avery 6 points, 11 assists in this game. Here's that matchup with Smith and Barkley.
Now you can see he had him right around the waist that time. Now there's a clear out. No double team. No way can he beat. Charles is so explosive on that first step. You have no clue which way he's going to go, because once he gets that half a step on you, the shoulders come into effect, and he just sheds you back with his upper body strength.
And Kevin Johnson misses the first of 3 throws. Thursday night, another doubleheader. We continue our plethora of playoff games for you. I was so excited by saying plethora that I almost stumbled there. Phoenix and San Antonio. You may not be down for that ball game. Ron Thule and Doug Collins will have the Houston-Seattle telecast following that one. Seattle and Houston playing tonight. We'll keep you posted on that. Seattle leading in the game, and McMillan and Brooks were both ejected in that game for fighting up in Seattle. Sean Elliott left alone on the baseline, and Sean has 13.
See, they've done an excellent job when David gets double teamed, getting into the opposite corner, because that guy has been open the entire time in the series.
Ainge misses the 3. Kevin Johnson, big rebound. Now he's one-on-one. Pull up of 18. David Robinson has 8 boards tonight, playing with back spasms. Spurs with a 5-point lead, 2:20 to go in the quarter. That's the biggest lead of the game for San Antonio.
It's taking a little too long here. You know, we're inside right now, 5 seconds.
But Avery Johnson left alone to get down the lane. He was not challenged down the lane.
And he shot it with his right hand. Come on. He just tossed that one up. Now, everyone in this building's nervous right now. These people are down 7.
It has not been anything but a nail-biter for Phoenix basketball fans after the Suns lost their first 2 at home to the Lakers in round 1. And Charles Barkley hits the set shot and has 16. Charles has 8 in this quarter. Larry Smith inside. He's held by Danny Ainge, who'll be called for the foul, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor with 1:32 to go in the third, and San Antonio up by 5. Lead it by 5 with 1:32 to go.
That any team could win, and it was a total toss-up out here between 4 teams.
See that Seattle holding serve at home, 99-85 in the fourth, 5.5 minutes to go. Look at the field goal percentage. for the Suns. 74% in the first half, only 35% this quarter.
Yeah, and they're complicating things with turnovers, which they usually do not do. And this evening they've had a rash in this quarter. Right now, the Spurs are in a penalty.
And do not count that basket. Foul happened prior. Paul Westphal. You talk about Coach of the Year candidate. Here's a guy who's done a great job. Pat Riley named the NBA Coach of the Year. Paul Westphal has just done a marvelous job with this team in similar circumstances to Pat Riley in New York. And Rudy Tomjanovich in Houston, a whale of a job this year.
Just did a magnificent coaching job.
Dale Ellis has 21. 6-point Spurs lead. Frank Johnson in at the point guard for Phoenix. That's on Larry Smith holding Barkley down the baseline, his second.
Right down on that baseline. They're setting a screen for Barkley. Now just watch as they come in here now to set the screen. You can see Larry Smith is holding on to him and just pushing him out of bounds. Anytime that you're playing a guy like that, you either have to come over the top and beat him to the spot, but then you give up the lob. Just follow him. If you follow the man, sure, he's going to receive the pass, except for one thing. You're not going to get the foul. Plus, you're going to force him to shoot over the top of you.
This is from the free throw line.
In this series, Charles is averaging 9 foul shot attempts a game, shooting 74%. Everybody's uptight. He's averaging 23 points because they're upset about the fact he's only shooting 41% from the field, and he's only 1 for 8 in threes.
8-column banner headline in the Phoenix newspaper when we arrived in town yesterday. It says, "What's wrong with Barkley? The pressure is heavy on these good fellas." David Robinson tried to get Dale Ellis. He couldn't get out for the pass, and it's a turnover for San Antonio.
Well, he was in a chicken fight with Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge was not going to allow him to post up. He fronted him and then slid to the side, and then David made the cardinal rule. You cannot pass to a post-up guy who is establishing position. Wait for him to call.
Mark West established position, but David Robinson establishes the block.
Send it back, big fella.
43 seconds to go in the third quarter.
See, Elliott feels he can take him off the dribble. They just cleared out the side, but there's the trap.
Again, you see David Robinson trouble catching the ball. 5 seconds to shoot. Sean Elliott from deep rims it out of there. Barkley comes away with a rebound. He has 6.
Now remember, at the big forward position, San Antonio is getting good minutes right now with Larry Smith banging Barkley around. They still have Terry Cummings for the last quarter, and then J.R. Reed, who's had a nice ball game.
Barkley steps up from 17.
I tell you, Marley just shot that ball off the wrong foot. That was a very, very difficult shot. They're trying to hold him so they do not get the shot.
7 seconds to go in the quarter. Sean Elliott hit it up, and it's put back in by Avery Johnson.